Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the day after Father's Day, but the first day of my official spring break. So, yes, I'm taking a week of vacation this week and not doing a thing. No, doing lots of things. I mean, mind you, I've been doing a lot of work on my side projects. Like after a year's delay, I finally got the second GED video out. And mind you, I don't it's not that I do multiple takes, and if I did, that would, greatly increase the quality of my videos and stuff. But and I plan on investing on actual recording like gear, like a microphone or something, or maybe not to the point of I was watching Amaranth, like yes, I'm a guy, like and she is entertaining, for and buying Blizzard, like that is just so cool. Like I don't know. But I feel like I don't know. People are people, and I keep saying that. And like we get all angry about, or I mean, a lot of people get angry at old money, families that are wealthy. Like, how dare you? And even myself, like when I'm watching some YouTubers and I just see how just disgustingly wealthy they are, and then I see like how like hard I had it growing up, and I was doing pretty good compared to like a lot of people in my hometown. So it's like not a lot. Sorry, I wasn't like rich back there. There were definitely the people that had like mansions and stuff, but and I was best friends with one of them. Like as a kid, I was my closest friend was my neighbor. Um, that his family just happened to work with computers, work with tech, and so it'd be really cool to like. Well, I don't know. I say that, but like to pick my friend's dad's brain now. I mean, it still would. Don't get me wrong, but like as far as like algorithms and like the actual computer sciencey nerdy stuff. I mean, it's all nerdy if you want to get down to it, but like he was a computer salesman. Not that there's anything wrong with that. And I often say that there's like two main camps of education. Like either you provide a good or a service, or you help facilitate the access to that good or service. I mean, whether it be travel or food or, renting, anything. So, and that's why a lot of people try to go to college because they want to learn how to do it the best. Like, especially an MBA, a master's in business accreditation or something. I don't know. But an MBA is like your master's in business, and like a lot of people go back to do that. Especially, I know a lot of people over at CSU that did that. Because then it's like you have permission to be a manager or a boss or own your own business, which it's kind of sad. It's unfortunate. Like you'd think that we would have these resources. In fact, that's one of my buddies' side projects. The biggest MAGA supporter I know. Oh, that's what that is. Okay, it's the lava. It's a one dot of red. Okay, and I even saw that earlier. Sorry, I was just curious and now I'm way up here. So is Piggy. Careful, Piggy. I don't know. I don't know. Yes, I think they can fall to their death. And that's artificial intelligence. And I'm gonna go get that iron ore because I am a sucker for iron. Wah, wah. Anyways, no, we were talking about some pretty heavy stuff last episode. Before I get into that though, I am doing some tech projects over the break, and I have all these gadgets and doodads and personal pet projects of computers that I'm trying to build, and at least like, and I suck at building. Like the hardware side, I built a computer in high school. It turned on, but it didn't do anything else. Like I totally messed up. I mean, now knowing what I know, because I did do a computer architecture class for my degree, I'm like, um, and just knowing software logic too, because you have to build your software, the code, around how the hardware works. Oh wait, did I put an alarm? I don't think I did. How far are we? I was sorry, I was so busy deleting all of these old files because I'm at max on my PlayStation, and I do have the external, but I haven't been utilizing it. So I've got like 2 terabytes. I've got quite a bit of games, and mind you, that's like a $200 chip that you have to buy. Let's see, so yeah, just 11:06. I don't know. We'll do 7. 35 minutes from now. No, that's way too long. Just 11. 28, 32. That's all right. 32, we'll do 33 like some, not Illuminati. What is that? The Freemasons. The 33rd degree Freemason. And see, that's the other thing, too, is like we are all people. I say that because believing in a lot of these conspiracy theories or like deep state stuff, you're giving a lot of credit to people that are not much different than you or I. I mean, even the most intelligent military people are people. At the end of the day, they don't take off their mask and there's some kind of sci-fi alien thing. No. Like, And actually, a lot of our NASA and German, or a lot of our scientists and all this. Oh, look at that! Nice. Oh, gotta be careful though. I'm not messing with this today. No, sir. Man, there's a lot of it here. Even like you might remember, I did do that. I dug through something like this, and I fell through. I was like, "Oh no, that's dangerous." So I was like, "Okay, good. There isn't anything. No crying obsidian, but I will take the obsidian." Because I was also thinking like, "Oh, I could scoop up this lava and take it back with me," but the chances that I'll find this obscure, like out of the way location just for that, when I can just go to the Nether and get tons and tons of lava. So, and that's why I had that place. So we got our obsidian from originally. I will get more. I don't really care for magma blocks. I mean, we'll see how many I have. 17. Ah, okay. Because I mean, if we had like a stack and then it was going into, oh, yeah, you gotta be careful. Because netherrack is so brittle, it breaks so easily. And then it's so often near lava. I do need to spend a lot of time in the nether gathering some things. Oh, okay, we're not going to get that intense with it. Because even at that, it's probably what, 20, yeah, 30, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So not even a half a stack, but still. Oh, and then I gotta orient myself which direction I'm going. Okay, anyways, so yeah, conspiracy theories and government politics and all of that. Like the Illuminati, I mean, so the Freemasons are a thing. It's a secret society that's not so secret, and it's like etched in stone literally everywhere. DIA, our airport, has Freemason symbols all over it and says for the I want to say for like the New World Order, but I mean it's like the future world order something. And I'm a total subscriber to that. I'm all about the New World Order and in uniting the world in a proper way. We tried it with the UN and we thought we had it, but that's not it. And we basically need, and now we kind of do have that. Like we could have chat rooms that are exclusive to all the world leaders, and that's it. And then they all just talk to each other, and then and it sucks that I say this because like everybody is pretty much learning English, and it's sad, and I hate it because it's such a pompous thing. Like and I'm just trying to say like imagine if I even grew up in Mexico or well not Canada, but like because it's still a brand of English. But imagine I grew up in even as close as Mexico or anywhere further south. Like I would be speaking Spanish or Portuguese if I was in Brazil. And then, okay, so learning a language is hard enough, but then learning a language and then having to learn another language, it's like, wait a minute. Like I can learn a programming language really easy. It's just looking up a lot of things on Google until you remember, and then, or if you write them down, if you're really organized. But I tend to remember things the more I struggle with them, because I'm more of like a hands-on, like I need to experience it type of learner, and then for better or for worse. I'm just kidding. No, I haven't like killed anybody or anything, but no, that just took a way dark turn. But no, never served in the military. And that was another thing I was discussing with someone. I kind of lashed out at someone even this morning because they said, "Why would you want to give a felon a gun?" And I was like, and I looked at their picture. It was a parent. They had their kid in the picture with them. And that just made total sense to me. I was like, okay, I get it. You're a concerned parent. There's a lot of guns out there killing kids. However, listen to yourself. Like, we send them to the Department of Corrections to correct their behavior. It's an undesired behavior, yes. Anything that committed a crime or that convinced a jury of 12 peers, well, nobody really goes to trial anymore. Most everybody takes a plea deal because it probably is something like you got caught with drugs. Like, that's why I advocate so hard for substance use reform and abuse. I mean, like a lot of that illegal stuff is illegal for a reason, but I live in a state where we've determined that cannabis is not illegal. It's not dangerous. It's no more dangerous than already legal alcohol is really the stance. Because when you say it like that, then it makes total sense that it should be legal. It's like, oh, well, yeah, people should be able to choose. Because otherwise, is it because Jesus said so? Is it because Muhammad said so? Because I know like alcohol is forbidden in Saudi Arabia, but Like a lot of Muslim heavy countries or Arabic countries around there, they allow it. And see, I don't know. That's why it's like you're comparing and contrasting all these different control structures because, again, people are people. All those people over there have been the same amount of practice of controlling and trying to help mold and shape the lives of their people the same as we have. They've just done it different ways. I mean, and actually kudos for them on the alcohol thing. We tried it in Prohibition, but the cat was out of the bag already. So it's kind of good that it happened, but we had a lot of friction from it. So what I'm saying is like they're good at approaching it with caution, but after seeing the way that the rest of the world works, they might reevaluate and adjust. And oh, guess what they're doing? They're reevaluating and adjusting. Oh, look at that. I'm kidding. I know what I was talking about. I knew where I was going with that. It's because Saudi Arabia is right on par with like, okay, sorry, not right on par yet, but they're trying. And we're jamming them up every left and right too. We sell them a bunch of weapons every presidency. And, you know, we give them a great boost to their economy and their power to settle their differences with Yemen, unfortunately. Because, yes, and that is one criticism I have of Saudi Arabia. I like them. I love them. Like, some of my closest friends and family, I consider them, are from Saudi Arabia. However, Yemen, come on, man. Like, it's the same bullcrap, but we did it. We just did it. And that's why it's like, it's really the kettle calling the teapot black or whatever it is. But you might notice I said pretty much everyone in my family has been in the military. German scientists, actually, from the Nazi area as well. I'm just kidding. I don't know. They could be. I'm German, Irish, and there's a lot of my family has worked for NASA, the railroad, but I don't know. I mean, and I don't care. Because even that, just the thought of being related to a Nazi, uh, that makes you think. So basically, when I said, oh, I'm German, the first thing I thought of when I was growing up, because I learned about World War II, was that, oh, well, I mean, oh, also, we're getting kind of away from, oh, it is just this island. Never mind. It's not that bad. There's this thing that I don't want to lose where the portal is, but then I was looking at it, like, it's not that hard to find. As long as I go to the island, I should be good. So I can explore away. I can mow the grass in whatever weird pattern I want to. At least I'm not doing like straight diagonals. I am trying to do as much of a checkerboard as possible to cut down on how many trips I have to take. So, and again, computer science, like we use computers as tools. So yeah, we were talking about guns. Those are tools of death and they only serve one purpose, death. Although they also serve as a deterrent too. So even just the thought of it or seeing it is often enough. I mean, so remember, I grew up in a small mountain town where everybody had guns in their trucks or their cars, like, you know, or it wasn't out of the ordinary. Oh, that was another thing too, like hunters. Like if you've been around hunters, I've never been a hunter. I've kind of I had a traumatic event. I killed a bird when I was a kid, and oh, it scarred me. Like I don't even think I actually killed it. Even like I just like I hit it with a rock, and then like it was like squeaking, and then I got so sad like right away. I was like, what monster? Like because I have a lot of friends that are hunters, and I've seen some things. I had this friend freaking he came out and I'm sorry, I laugh and it was I can laugh about it now, but it was pretty messed up at the time. He came out with a skinned deer head, um, and he was like humping it, and oh, it's saying it is not making it any better. But it's actually wait, hold on, we gotta do this. I can laugh now, and I used to watch Saw and all sorts of scary movies and stuff. I was, you know, curious. Like it's, you know, it is a spectacle. There is a reason behind it, and then same with Dexter too. And actually, when I was drinking, which is kind of scary, I liked Dexter a lot more. Now I don't really care for it. Like I tried to watch an episode like since I quit drinking, and I don't know. It just wasn't there. I just didn't like it. I mean, I didn't hate it, but I was just like, nah, this isn't something I would necessarily seek out for entertainment. I mean, now Breaking Bad, yeah. And mind you, I hated meth growing up. Like, I saw what it did to people. I saw people using it. Um, like, the chief of police and my girlfriend's dad used to work together. Like, he worked for an energy company, and he could tell if someone was running a meth lab at their house, and then boom, he would just be like, "Hey, you might want to check out here." And it's like, and people need to realize that, well, especially with smart meters now, because so my closer friends, which I have friends that got arrested for growing marijuana back in the day, which now we do as a business, a hobby. Like, we've got freaking hobbyists. Like, oh, maybe I'll grow a feng shui pot plant. Like, cool. And then I know people that did prison time for growing plants and selling them to people. A bunch of bikers mostly too. And it's like, oh, how can you sleep at night keeping weed illegal? That's my thing too. And again, I don't care if you smoke it or not, or if it ever impacts your life in that way. Putting someone in a box for trying to do that line of work is inhumane. I mean, anyways, sorry. That's my massive soapbox for come on, people, get it together. Like, you know, and that's just it too. The government is such bureaucratic red tape that they're really not in charge of a lot of things that we think. Like there's like so many checks and balances that it's really hard to get anything done, let alone what needs to be done. And often it's like, lost in communication, lost in these like hundreds of pages of laws, like ridiculous amounts of whoop, jump over the fox. What is that? Leapfrog. There you go. Leapfrog, but with the fox. And how strange all this has to sound in another language. Like, and we have AI that can translate these things. I'll bet you Google, I mean, maybe once I reach 1 million subscribers, they'll start. No, I'm just kidding. If they have the tools, they're probably doing it anyway. Google Analytics, YouTube Analytics. Like, they did this really cool thing where they segmented my video without me even doing anything. I didn't have to do a thing. And if you might notice from a lot of my work that I'm pretty lazy when it comes to the design aspect. It's not a fun area for me. Oh, there's another fox. Ah, that's so cool. And in the city texture pack, I should have stopped and seen what the red one looked like. Oh no, don't hurt you. See right there, proof that they can get fall damage, or at least that's foxes. Pigs, I think they move slower. Oh, nice. We're finding all sorts of cool stuff. Hey, can we rob you? Wait, what is this? It's just, hmm. Nah, I can build it. Now, if it was something requiring a blaze rod, like say a chemistry set or whatever those things are called, um, is this just this one house? A cat? It's almost like a witch's hut, but there's a smithing. No, I see some path blocks up there. Oh, and an igloo. Okay, yeah, we might have a couple of things. Yep. Are you having some existential dread there? Where you just realize the mortality and the weight of your decisions over life? Oh, okay, never mind. Here's the whole village. What you got? Nothing. Yeah, how audacious. It's okay because when they walk into these places, they reset the door like that, so leaving them open, it seems rude. Oh, okay, I'll leave the kids' room alone. There you go. But they will fix their houses. Although that's weird. It's like generated as like an A-frame, which would make total sense. I mean, A-frames were pretty popular back home, in ski resort areas. All right, I'm afraid any more houses are probably up on the hill, and we have to go this way. So, if anything, I don't know where. Here, you can have some wheat, raw beef, not the sugar cane. You can have a bowl. I'm gonna eat some suspicious stew. Next time it becomes night, because it looks really cool, and I want to see if the actual visual effects are different on a different city texture pack, because they could be. That would be really neat. Anyways, yeah, back to design and development. Now, I've all been more about development. I love building things, tinkering things, making programs that serve like one or two purposes, maybe multiple purposes, I don't know. And just being able to do so. It's like stretching, practicing skills that I've learned that I paid good money for, mind you. I will still be paying um, for a while. But that's also why I've kind of done my own bit of rebelling, not to try to hurt higher educational institutions, but to try to level the playing field for people that don't have the resources or maybe they do, but they don't realize it. Like there's all sorts of different variations and different situations and scenarios. So to make a scalable solution and to not make judgments, not make assumptions, just to help everybody possible, just put the tools out there. So, and it is free. It'll always be free. I mean, I have a good job. If that ever changes, I have a lot of skills and I know how to struggle for a while, and that's fine. I mean, it sucks, but it's not life or death. So like this could be. Whew, this is getting to be pretty. Ah. Oh, hold on. No, if anything, we are trying to reduce death everywhere possible. And mind you, I've had a lot of friends die, friends and family that I know. Many young too. So, and or even like Heath Ledger. I don't remember how old he was, but very famous person took some sleeping pills or something. Had he was worried or his mental health wasn't all that great from playing the Joker, or I don't know. I've heard different things. I'd like to hear it from him, really, but unfortunately we can't because he's dead. But that could happen to anybody. Anybody could die at the drop of a hat, and it's not getting hit by a bus anymore. Like, say you go do some illegal drugs and they're laced with fentanyl. Like, I didn't have to worry about that in my day and age. Like, that wasn't a thing. I mean, people. Same with putting drugs in candy. Like, I can't believe, and I'm sure it happened somewhere, but I don't know, understand it because like anybody I've known that's done drugs, like it's super expensive. And why would you? No, no, you're not paying for anybody else, let alone like the whole song "I Got Five on It" by Lunas is like how all right, I got $5, like I got five on it. It's like, man, you just decided to skip lunch one day and now you have some money and now you want to spend some on some weed with some of your friends. Like, okay, cool, but I mean, yeah, money, just like energy and matter. It's no, not energy. Matter is neither created nor destroyed. It's only transformed, like splitting an atom creates the. I'm just kidding. Anyone with Google can pretty much look that up now. So that's why it amazes me. I mean, it amazes me, but I'm happy with it that pretty much any country could be a nuclear power if they wanted to. It's just like the people that do are feeling so necessary to do so. And that's why, I mean, there is an argument for the whole North Korea and well, really, the North Korea thing. I make fun of Kim Jong Un, but and I loved the movie The Interview, but let's talk about that for a sec. They're people. They're humans. I mean, thinking of them any differently is as ridiculous as being a Nazi. Like same with that he doesn't poop. See, that's why I love the Interview movie because if that's real, which I'm pretty sure it is, like he's trying to make people convinced that he is God. And but I get it. I mean, I don't support it, I don't condone it, but I get it. He's trying to control people. And even our president or former president Trump, there you go. See, I'll call him former President Trump. That's fine. That's factual. But it's not out of respect. Well, I mean, I guess it is out of respect because he did win. I mean, he didn't have my vote, but he won. It doesn't mean because again, if I were to say, "Oh, he wasn't my president," like, okay, cool bumper sticker, bro, but at the same time, he was like he was in charge. He was the boss for 4 years, and he gave us money too. He signed it. He made sure we knew it came from him. Talking about all that spending. Now, granted, I do like Trump for that. Like he sent out checks. That was the first time I saw that ever happening. But right. But that's one solution that could cause other problems too. Okay, now the PPP loans. Let's do that. All of the COVID forgiveness, and it's like, okay, they acknowledged that they hindered a lot of businesses, and if you were able to follow those processes and do it, then yeah. So then it's like a scenario like that just makes me think of, trying to get on a bus and you're the last one on the bus. But oh wait, someone's running towards the bus. Hold that bus, and you see them, but you go oh, and you're just awkward, and so you don't say anything. They just so you allowed it to happen just because you didn't want to be a hero for that second. And admittedly so, because what if the bus driver, you try to bug the bus driver, and then you're in a split second or split decision of a couple possibilities where the bus driver either gets mad or glad. Like, and then, especially for me, I process these things. Usually I'll err on the side of like speaking up and even, I'll just play it off like, oh, my bad. Like, I can laugh at myself with the rest of them. I don't care. But if I was running to a bus, I would want someone to be like, "Oh, hey, there's someone else. Like, could we wait?" And just that 1 second or that one question, and the bus driver most likely will be like, "Oh yeah," especially because it's their job. And if that person were to be like, "Oh, they saw me," and or like lodge a formal complaint, which isn't something that anybody wants to do. No one wants to be a Karen. Like that is such a harmful stereotype because people will do it and they will act like a Karen, but they're not a Karen. everywhere and see. And you could say that with just about every woman in your life. They've nagged you or they've tried to nag somebody because that's, think about a bird pecking. Like, no, sorry, that's really offensive too. But it's natural. Like women nitpick over things, which I think is why men are so hesitant to lend the keys to the castle to them, even for a second. Well, and actually, there is some truth to that, some small truth, and here's why I'll debunk it right away too. So the thought of, well, wait, they don't know how to do things. They're not trained. They're not well. Well, okay, now here in America, I can already debunk that with a lot of our Congress people are people now. We have a very healthy mix of women and men in our government, on both sides, Republican and, I mean, two of the loudest. Okay, see, sorry, not trying to be stereotypical or like, and see, I almost want to take their lanterns, but at the same time, not. This is such a cool village. I'm just gonna leave it. If anything, I wanna. Ooh, can we? You know what? I'm just gonna remember that this snowy area. It's like Hoth, like the whole ice planet in Star Wars. Um, this whole area of the map. I'll just know that there's a lot of really cool villages over here, and yeah, and maybe that's what I should do. We talk about like how this is basically a simulation of human behavior and development and all that and understanding. And I think that's why I love it so much. Is just because it's like I can like analyze so much just through basic mechanics of very blocky, very like intentionally blocky. Like that's like the shtick, the gimmick of this thing. So, anyways, we talk about like England colonizing the world, spreading Christianity, spreading Jesus. And that's the thing. Is like Jesus is killed as much as he's saved. Like because accidental like problems that were created from solutions, blowback. There's multiple names for this. Acceptable losses, calculable losses. All of these things. Like oh well, at least for the greater good. Which okay, yes, I do agree with the greater good concept. But again, this is they're people. And we have a hard time trusting other people. Oh, oh, cherry blossoms. Cherry blossoms. We found them. We found them. Sorry, that was like one of my side missions for all of this exploring was like I wanted to see the new cherry blossom trees. And ooh, we gonna take some. We gonna make some cherry blossom trees. Can we do that? I have no idea how these work. Um, gonna take the wood. Oh, and I'm gonna eat some suspicious stew to celebrate. Hey, guess what? This is like mushrooms. Just kidding. Ah, like all the lights and the colors and everything were supposed to go like wonky, and then they go back to normal, and bada bing, you're fine. All right, let's go ahead and chop this cherry tree like George Washington. So for those of you that don't know, like people from other countries, and whatnot, American history is George Washington chopped down a cherry tree, and he said, "I cannot tell a lie. I chopped down your cherry tree." It was his father's. It was his family cherry tree. Wait, is this even? Okay, good. There is wood. I've just been picking it up. I just wanted to make absolutely sure that I was getting this cherry log. So that's a whole nother type of wood that we can build with. But I want to say it's just like any other tree. And if you were to break these things, you could get a sapling. I hope. Or do I need to do silk touch on these things? Yes, that is something. Pink petals. Wait, can I just get them with? Yes, okay, cool. You can just pick up petals. All right, so if nothing else, I can throw some petals on the ground or something. But, ah. um, yeah, we're gonna have to do all this. Like, there it is. I see it. Cherry sapling. All right, so we'll let those decay. Actually, let's just go ahead and take out quite a bit of this because one sapling's good. I've just learned that you want to take 4 saplings in case it's like dark oak, which I don't think cherry blossoms are, but so there's at least 2. Oh, I've got 3. Okay. I'm gonna say I think I saw 2 more, but I don't know. Let's try to go for like 8. There's 4, 5. Yeah, because now we can grow our own cherry orchards and not have to worry about it. Yeah, it's a 1.20 update. And again, Waddles is like the perfect guy to watch, or perfect person. I mean, sorry, there's a lot of YouTubers, not a lot of female. I don't know. And see, that's the thing. I wonder if that's because my comfort zone, I don't want to watch like young female streamers. I get awkward watching like little kid streamers, like, and even there's that one YouTuber that uses a kid's voice, and like he looks like from Harold and Kumar, which is, sorry, not to be super racist, but it's kind of like he does kind of remind me of that, like I think he's of Indian descent, or at least like some kind of, has some other heritage other than white. But the way he's like laid back and joking around and stuff, and the stuff that he says, it reminds me of Harold and Kumar, basically, which is a great movie too. Like Harold and Kumar do some stuff. I forget what it's actually called, but they smoke a lot of weed, and it's just hilarious. And it's an Asian and an Indian roommates situation, and two very different dynamics. Like the Asian is very guarded, very cautious, and then while like Kumar is just all like fun and loosey goosey, all Bollywood about it. And see, and that's the other thing too. India has Bollywood. They're very closely like resembling our own entertainment structure, and some of it is hilarious, like how cheesy their B movies are. You could kind of consider them, and they're getting there. They're. Oh, there's the alarm. All right, so we'll cut it there. We are going to continue on. We're not quite done with this map, but we're getting close, and we got cherry trees. That was like my main mission for this new round of exploring. And maybe why, I mean, the only other thing I can think of is trying to get sniffers, which I think you have to go to like sunk or underwater cities, or those like Atlantis or the temples. So for that, I'm going to have to look into how to brew breathing potions for underwater, because I mean, actually, we got quite a bit. We got 21 saplings. I think we should just leave the rest of this. We'll leave it as we found it. That's the way, so that's kind of like a compromise. Like, I'll kill a bunch of animals. Oh, wait, sorry. Ta-ta for now. We'll see you in the next one.